Hello people, Awesome50 here, and today I'm going to talk about Age of Empires. Yes, Age of Empires is a real-time strategy game that was first released, I believe, in 1999, or it could have been 1998 for Windows. I remember playing this game when I was a small child, and I really enjoyed the game. I didn't really understand the concept of it, because at first I kind of treated the game as you would treat Theme Park World, because I just saw the game as building a village, or a settlement, or a town, and that was it. That's how I actually originally thought the game played. That's because I was like 10, something like that. Maybe even a bit younger. So anyway, it was kind of funny because my dad bought me this game. Well, bought us this game, me and my brother. And we were just playing this game. We love building the settlements and everything like that. And we'd like to, like farm minerals and stuff like that, such as wood and everything to build bigger like buildings such as churches, etc. And then it used to blow our mind that all of a sudden the AI comes and blows us up, like literally kills us. And it used to bring like the first ever primal gaming rage we used to have, because it's like we used to spend like 2 hours building the fantastic settlement only for it to be destroyed by the computer. And we're thinking like, why the hell is this even happening? This isn't what this game's supposed to be about. But turns out we were completely wrong all along. Age of Empires 1 was actually kind of different compared to the other Age of Empires games, whereas I believe you could build as many buildings, as many like villages as you humanly could, and as well as like armed forces. There wasn't actually a cap, I don't think, where these when you play Age of Empires nowadays, starting from Age of Empires 2 to 3 to 4, I think you can only have like maximum 200 people, which includes military forces as well as villagers slash workers. So you have nowadays in the game, you have like a kill option where you can actually kill people. And now I take this to like a role playing element area where I pretend, oh no, my person's died of an illness, something like that. Like add some role play reality to it. Because when I play these games, I'm always role playing. I pretend that I'm the guy Awesome50 sat in the town centre, and I'm like coordinating my workers and my troops, like to build my houses, I make the decisions, etc., etc. I believe that I'm a politician. I try and take it back to the Anglo-Saxon days where we used to have like different kingdoms everywhere, and it's super fun. So I pretend that I'm Awesome50 of Britain or of the France, depending on who the hell I'm moving. And it just adds like that element of fun to it, because if you give yourself that role-playing feeling, like you're actually in the game, it kind of brings the game alive. That's why I love gaming, because it's just what I like to do. If anyone's ever seen the film Neverending Story, where at the beginning of the film, when they're talking about books, the guy says if you read a book, you could be any character which is in this book. Such as if you're a warrior in this book, you are a warrior because you're reading it, you're putting yourself into the book, into the storyline. And I try to do this in every game I play, whether it be a shooter, a strategy game, a solo zombie apocalypse game, or even if it's a battle royale game or anything. Even when I used to play League of Legends, I used to pretend that I'm Awesome50, I am the summoner, and I've summoned my champion. Anyway, I've digressed a little bit here, but all I'm saying is Age of Empires is a fantastic real-time strategy game, and I think everyone should actually give it a go. It is one of them games though that is extraordinarily difficult to master. I'm not even going to lie, people, I'm shit at this game online. I just had a couple of games online then. At the minute, I'm playing Age of Empires 4. It's on the Game Pass for Xbox. But anyway, I'm playing this game, and you can see true masters on this game, which I am not. I suffered this when I used to play StarCraft 2 as well. But I'm playing my ally. He somehow managed to age up into the next stage almost immediately at the start of the match, and all of a sudden he's managed to somehow delegate his time to farm minerals as well as building troops at the same time, and just continuously being productive with nobody being idle. So he's actually, within the first 10 minutes of the game, he's probably almost up to the third age. And he's got barracks everywhere. He's also got like archery stations everywhere. And he's literally just producing troops after troops after troops in villages after villages after villages. And he's just building houses. He's doing so many things at once. I don't know how the fuck he keeps on top of it. And then I'm pathetic. I just got to age 3 and I've only got like 60 spearmen because I was moving the French. Because the spearmen were the quickest for me to build to help me defend my settlement. And they also helped me when I had mass numbers to take the sacred site. So, when you're playing online in Age of Empires 4, yes, I'm going to be... Wait, I don't... Like I said, people, I don't script these videos. Okay, I'm going to start. Age of Empires 1 was set like in medieval times and stuff like this, which was pretty much the same as Age of Empires 2. Age of Empires 3 took a different kind of turn. It was more aimed at the colonial stages, so the game was set more into the future, around the 1500s, I'd say, or a bit earlier, or just a bit over. Now that brought something different to the table with Age of Empires 3, and when you moved up, you could like get like big boosts, such as like more food and stuff like that. And it was kind of different because you actually built musket people, for example, and you also had like grenadiers and stuff like that. So it was more set more into the future, and then it built on from there. Whereas Age of Empires 1, 2, and 4 seems to have gone more back in time, which which is what Age of Empires is all about. I'm not too sure what happened to the game modes, like in Age of Empires 3. I'm not too sure if people didn't like it or not. That's why they didn't continue with that specific theme. But I feel as though they should have at least included a more futurish element, like the 1500s in Age of Empires 4. It should be like an option, but it's something they can probably patch up one day, maybe, because the game was only released in 2021. Okay, so moving on. I'm playing Age of Empires 4, okay, and obviously it's different. So it's got some different elements. For example, in this game, you know, if you want to age up, like move to age 2, 3, or 4. In this case, in this game, you have to click on a villager, and then you have to build a specific landmark, and you build 3 landmarks to get yourself up to age 4. Whereas in the other games, you used to just click on the town centre, and that's it, you'd age up from there. So it's kind of different there. And at first, when I was playing, I was thinking, well, how the hell do I age up? Maybe I'm not ready to age up. And there's, let me think, there's actually a country or whatever in Age of Empires 4. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, actually. I actually can't. No, I can't remember what the name of it is. But they build like a school of wisdom, and every time you want to age up with them, you like build more like study groups, if that makes any sense. You click on it and you like study something else, so you set someone gets more intelligent. Therefore, that ages your like settlement. Kind of different. One thing with Age of Empires 4 I'm not too keen on is the fact that there's not actually that many people to move. You've only got to probably max about 10 like different countries, I'd say. Whereas in the other games, you had so many, it would be on belief. But I'm going to blame that on it because I think Age of Empires 4, every different country has actually a vital role where more things happen. Like, such countries have different advantages over others, more so than they did for the last Age of Empires games. So each country makes more of an impact depending on who you pick. Whereas in the other games, if you move Japan, they were not much different. They were just vegetarians, pescatarians that ate fish and stuff like that. They didn't really eat meat, so they were just small differences in the other games. In these games, it makes like more of a huge difference. I don't think you get Japanese people, or in Age of Empires 4, I think it's just Chinese. Not that it's an issue, but I would like to move the Japs with the katanas and stuff like that. That's just hardcore, you know. I'd like to do that. But you never know. Like I said, the game was made in 2021, so they do have time to kind of patch that up. Going back to what I was going to say before is with other real-time strategy games, I used to play a game called StarCraft 2. Now, that was extraordinarily difficult, simply because to build certain things, you had to build certain things. If you wanted a ship, you'd have to build what's it called? Like, I can't remember. Like a starport and stuff like that. And I haven't played StarCraft 2 in ages. So this is a terrible analogy. But anyway, you had to build certain buildings and advance certain buildings to build certain things. Like if you wanted to build a massive ship or something like that, you had to go through the rigmarole of farming more and being more strategic. So you'd have to buy a building, then advance that building, then buy another building that connects to that building to build such a thing. Whereas in Age of Empires 4, everything's kind of what it says on the tin. You build things as you go. You don't need to level really any buildings up, so to speak. You level your soldiers up through the blacksmith or through the barracks. And you can build like siege stuff from the stables, but you can level things up kind of easily as you go. So for example, I could have a queue of like 5 spearmen, and then I could also have an upgrade shoved in there on another barracks, and everything's going to work together. So Age of Empires 4 to me seems to be one of the more easier strategy games. Now there is a strategy game called XCOM, and I believe League of Legends. I believe Age of Empires is slightly more easy. Plus, if you're playing this game on Xbox, you can actually delegate workers their work via, the back buttons, etc. So basically, you don't have to individually select certain workers to do such a thing. You can put in on the controller LT and R, and then you can actually select if you want to work on your naval build, your economic, your technology, or your aging. So it kind of takes away that difficulty of delegating workers. They delegate their own work. But there is a disadvantage in that. Because let's just say they've ran out of gold to mine. Your workers will automatically go and start cutting down fucking trees. And then you're like, why the fuck are you doing that? I didn't ask you to fucking do that. And so all of a sudden they do it anyway. They don't willingly look for more gold sources. Even though it could be right next to your settlement, they will not go there to farm gold. You have to physically make them go there. And if you've got it auto set, sometimes they'll start walking to the gold mine, then they'll piss off back to trees. And it's like, I've got loads of wood, I don't need more wood. So the game algorithms could do with a bit of work, but at least you don't have to delegate stuff to your workers. You've just got to keep an eye on them. Okay, so yeah, your workers will do the work for themselves, but you must keep an eye on them. Okay, so now going back to multiplayer, it's so difficult. It's like StarCraft 2. Anyone that's good at these real-time strategy games, in my opinion, is a pure master of gaming, because you've got to keep an eye on so many things at once, and it can be a real pain in the neck. Like I said, I was playing online, and I thought, hey, I'm going to do really good here. I'm going to do really good. I'm going to absolutely smash it. And it turns out I actually didn't. It was just a lot of shit, because I was terrible at the game. And that was like a bit of a kick in my ego, because I always thought I was good at Age of Empires, but it turns out I'm really not, simply because I'm just not good at delegating my workers. This must be why I'm not a manager at work, because I can't delegate work to people. So in Age of Empires 4, I'm trying to delegate people. I've looked up the hints, and I'm there trying to make a villager every 6 seconds as it recommended, but I just can't keep on top of my minerals, on top of my building people. Simply because I'm trying to build troops, and the thing is, you can build like spearmen if you're the French, like easy cavalry troops, but then all of a sudden you do need to build like specialized troops, like siege troops and stuff like that, and they take up so much gold, and they take up so much meat, and they take up so much wood as well. They take up everything. They take up everything in your minerals list. And it's such annoying. It's so annoying. So it turns out I'm crap at the game. I'm rubbish at the game. I'm not even good at it, but I enjoy it. So I'm stuck in that old school gamer mode where I feel as though I'm forced to try and force myself to enjoy this game. But how long can you play a game you suck at and still enjoy it? You just can't. I'm just hoping the matchmaking system kicks in and gives me a free fucking win. I deserve it. I deserve it. I don't deserve to keep losing. But anyway, yeah, the game is really fun. For now, I've just been working on moving the French build. They're really good because the troops run. The spearmen actually run. So you're always going to catch up to people. And yeah, there's plenty of like siege options or spores or whatever like that. But I haven't really been playing. I've been playing the game for about 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now. I did play the game Age of Empires 2, but that was on Game Pass, the remastered, which you might as well have not remastered it, because it doesn't look any more remastered than it did before. They've just put some like bold prints on it around the characters and added some more additional sounds over the top. So yeah, but Age of Empires 4 is really good, but I can't get it out of my head. I think I really enjoyed Age of Empires 3 a hell of a lot more. Oh, as well, on Age of Empires 4, it's always good to build archers, but they're crap for demolishing buildings. I've worked out. Archers are good, but I think I'd prioritise your infantry more. That's just me. This is a noob talking. It's good to have plenty of archers, but they're not good for actually destroying landmarks, in case you're thinking that. They're just really not good at that. You really need to build like cavalry or proper siege people to make some kind of an effect. But anyway, like I said, I was playing Age of Empires just then online, and I thought I'm doing good. I'm there. I've got like 10 houses already. I've got 30 villagers doing the works, and I'm building my troops. I've got about 15 spearmen at the minute. This is going good. Then I look at the guy next to me, my ally. He's already builded a fucking stone wall around the settlement, and he's already got 6 barracks that just continuously spit out troops. And he's not cheating because this game doesn't allow cheats on multiplayer. He's not cheating. He's just so strategic. It's beyond belief. So I really want to get myself to that stage. But even when I used to play StarCraft 2, I was not that good. I was even terrible at that. But I did try to use my old school StarCraft knowledge by sending 2 scouts to try and start killing the enemy villagers so they can't find minerals. I did start doing that. And it started working. But again, the guy just kept spitting out that many villagers. It didn't make any impact. If anything, it was just wasting my time. Plus, I am terrible at delegating people, such as if I'm making people march to war, then I've got to keep going back to my settlement to produce and stuff like that. I'm not really too good at doing 2 things at the same time for now, but I'm pretty sure I can eventually get that good, I hope. But I probably won't do. Anyway, Starfield's out, so I actually want to play that later on today. So yeah. That's it. It's just a frustrating game though at the same time. Because it's like, it's not one of the games you can kind of bounce back from. Once you start losing, you're just fucking losing. We lost anyway. The last multiplayer game I'm playing, I've lost all of them so far. Because my allies are so good, I'm thinking, get in, I've got someone to lean on, someone's going to carry me. But it don't kind of work like that, because these people that are playing Age of Empires 4 now, they're probably people that have been playing it for the last 20 goddamn years. They probably know what they're doing already. I mean, I should be this good, but I'm not because I haven't really been a PC gamer for a long time now. I only started playing Age of Empires 2, like the remastered, about a month ago, and then it was only someone at work mentioned Age of Empires 4 is out now, so then I just kind of started doing that. So yeah, I've been playing it for a bit. Another good thing about the game is, and I'm coming to the end of my video now, of course, another good thing is when you are actually doing the campaign mode of Age of Empires 4, it does actually give you a history lesson, which is pretty hardcore. I kind of like that kind of aspect to it. But yeah, you know, it is a really good game. I think everyone should just give it a try if you're into real-time strategy games, of course. But it is an extremely difficult game though, so try not to be too disheartened if you get destroyed in multiplayer mode. Because I am actually, in fact, that's just a lot of rubbish. I'm disheartened like mad. I actually don't want to play the game anymore, but at the same time, I really do want to play the game. So I'm like stuck in like this endless cycle of agonizing pain because the game's forcing me to improve. Well, then again, there's a matchmaking system. There has to be, at least now. So it should really sort me out eventually. But yeah, really fun game. I'm just trying to think of anything else I can kind of talk about while I'm here. Can't think of anything. Okay. Awesome 50 out. Thank you for anyone who's actually watched the video. It's much appreciated.